で、入ったな。では、今日は2022年9月10日11時41分、お昼前ですね。土曜日です。はい。じゃあ、昨日の夜の続きですね。ディスコエリジウム8回目。だいぶかかってますね。結構、もうちょっと早く終わるゲームかと思ったんですけど、気がつくと時間も取られるしで。前回、街中をちょっと一周してみて、次は今日は、あれですね、漁村の方、一周してみたいと思います。あっちはすぐ終わりそうだな。よいしょ。そうだ、大事なこと忘れてた。上の、最初に会ったお姉さんに、レイプ事件の被害者のお姉さんに話を聞きに行かなきゃいけないんだけど、聞きづらいな。まさか開幕にふざけたことを言ったら、こんなことになってしまうとは。
Acknowledging your presence. The man says a couple of sentences in that I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Horse need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and...
Of course, vodka. Now that makes it very special. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically, and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup. Then, the mention of mañana gets his attention. They're friends. You see a heavy...
Hey.
Well, bringing in that...
タスクを8時間経ったかな。10時56分だから今何時なんだ、このゲーム内では。後で見てみよう。傷んだ記録簿どこだろうな。中ならいけそうだけどな。白い封筒、これもいけそうだな。どこだろう。このやつかな。あ、レベルアップできる？できそうだな。いや、ちょっと待とう。アイテムで白い封筒とかなんかあんのかな。これか。
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board.
58%.
Drawer inside.
いっとけ。
It's barely out. Yes, at last. You find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB. Why, yes. Your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with Harrier Dubois, HDB. That's comforting to hear. Now, detective, it takes half an hour to piece one of these together. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Cause of failure. Rent to... The mural is enormous. True love is possible. Oh, people call it that thing. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures. The case files do not show you finding. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next... Did someone ask what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? AKA Leslie and Burke. You were so drunk you didn't... Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always... The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop... You would think that, but you're wrong. Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station. Locking them up in the hellholes they live in. Locking them up in the station. Hypnotherapy. Even trying to get the local... It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But in the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment will kill them. They broke it. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burke. While trying to kill Burke, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open. Poor Burke can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. Leslie cuts back on the exposure, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes. It would be very interesting to read about these. That's all you got. From the half hour, who knows? Those paid. Don't worry. One day you may still catch them with the square gun. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside. Yes, as you've said here. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and with cigarette butts, coffee cups. No, you didn't have time for that. Murder. Tum-tum-tum. At the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos. Joseph Mills was on this case. That Mills didn't get off the pot. No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. No, it's soot and water vapor. Yeah, so anyway. Young man in his 20s, found with his skull busted open. No one enters, no one exits. He's just... Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out, smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was... Not much has changed in the meanwhile. It takes about half an hour to... Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
よし、読めた。会えるかな？あいつもいないんだもんな。
The door is closed.
Who is it?
お、いる。
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs, son.
開いた。物色チャンス。空き瓶は板固く。多いな、空き瓶。もうこっちの部屋なんだ。警察だ。
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle. It's been used quite a lot.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol. Istaparadol. Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Godvaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it. And your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in
Preptide. A euphemism for...
The fuck are you waiting for? It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
こっそり行ければきっとキムさんに気づかれないだろうな。手さばきは4。強くしてからやるか。手さばき、手さばき。これだ。
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drug. There it is. The orange sun with a blister pack. You feel almost nostalgic for it.
ほい。
Silently, the bottle slides into your palm. Then, as you turn, feels so sleek and beautiful. You got it. Here comes the afterburner. Time to become a super detective again, Harry.
キムさんに怒られずにゲットしたぞ。きっとキムにはあれなんだろうな、がっかりさせない方がいいんだろうな。あ、これしていっちゃうのか。
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp, smooth as ice. They're following your lead. The lieutenant leans in.
Looks like it, yes.
どうやって入るんだ？ちょっと降りちゃうよね、きっとね。そうだね、降りちゃう。ダメだ。ああ、そういうことね。さらに部屋があった。
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof,
お
picking
お、
them up in the air.
58%。えい。
You catch a silver white flower between your fingers. The rest fly. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. The lieutenant gives you.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still below her silvery jumpsuit and athletically.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Nice. I don't know about that.
Where a ripe corpse the woman doesn't flinch, but there is something in her.
Oh yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. A third place? Interesting.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you...
Have I ever? This is the one and only superstar cop. He's kind of a big deal around here. Wow. A penitent cop monk. What brings this?
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you've been through something.
別のことを。
She looks at the dried petals. In chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp.
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? A martial art, sir.
Samurai boxing or sambo. Graceful martial arts stuff.
Why was there a flower on the roof?
Or an admirer.
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers. Plenty of them.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more,
By they,
どういうことだ？
she means the Hardy Boy.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Pretty much.
おう、じゃあされてはいなかったの。じゃあどういう理由だ？
Warning them, she must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
We partied. A lot of partying going on.
From Titus, about her and Titus's.
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is.
What did you do?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed with longing.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh yes. I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of...
A bitter cringe. He takes a small step.
You called us. DRC.
Yes,
Oh.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call...
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline with nail clippers. And I diverted some radio.
Which landline?
The one downstairs, officer.
That's some clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Thanks. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid.
Thank you for making the call, miss.
I didn't want to, sir. And he's still hanging there.
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing...
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
There are frequent guests downstairs. They have over drinks. It's been a long, boring... A little.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a...
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations...
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here.
And his role in this
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
難しい。
Maybe you don't know.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silver.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
I'm sorry, miss, but we need...
Let me make this 100% clear then, officers. I was not sexually assaulted.
She breathes a silvery sigh of...
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may...
As he says so, you feel the young woman looking at you and get a feeling you can't quite put your finger on. A suspicion? She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Clausier Amandou.
Same name that Titus gave you. Her birthmarks also signal Oranje. You don't know why, but Oranje...
Right, sir. Vredefort. Republic of a bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning. Park.
What's so bad about...
Nothing. If you're no longer there. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to...
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a...
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with it. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary.
It's the world's most tired... Miss Oranje. Now there is something you should linger on.
電気科学。
It's a beauty pageant.
She was 14 at the time.
Indeed.
Her voice is indifferent to the number.
Full disclosure, I was Miss Teen Oranje 37.
Another innocent tradition bulldozed by...
I'm afraid you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the...
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream... Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel document. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street. And I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom. Okie dokie.
If any of this made her
Okie
nervous, it's certain...
I'm 28. The record. So official. Not my favorite topic, but okay.
聞いたか。
How about we... Yeah. It's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Ravachol. I always wanted to see the only city in the world in...
This is by far not the only reason she's here. and she isn't really hiding it.
It is.
The lieutenant, he finds the answer unsatisfying.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in... No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
What did you say? Oh my god. Now it's turning into narcomania. It's got to be serious if it's 2 words. I'm sorry. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my favorite. Like, not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. Huh? Motherfucker took my Preptide? Looks like you owe me.
This does not amount to actual corruption. I can easily log it under confiscation.
Robbed by common highwaymen.
It's hard to tell if she means it. She's not angry, but it's true. She's gonna have to find some more Preptide.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Yeah? Alright. Yes. You're just 1 room away. Very personal.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like,
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not
こ
here.
れは上がるのかな。17。視力4で
Why
17。
not?
You made the right call there. I'm talking about your zero tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the right there. Powerful. Yes, you're pure. Unravaged by narco. Of course, it's pretty obvious. Of course not. You've always been anti-narco militant material. You kept her.
that's good to hear.
なんか増えたぞ。電気価格マイナス2ってなってるな。ああ、なんかこれすごそうだな。取ってみるかな、1個。コンタクトマイクだな。よし。それと一緒にもう1レベル上げ、まだ上がんないか。
Officer, what brings you up
ホワ
here
イ
in
ト
the
だから
rain?
な。一回やってみるか。あ、装備で。意志力。意志。石が上がる気は全然ないのか。ないね。よし、ここチェックだ。
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
She looks
まあ
back.
無理だね。
Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will see through this. You are advised. There are muscles on long... Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary. Air moves in your windpipe. She presses her elbows. Her hair brushes her shoulders. The strange moment ends.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called hardy boys. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it... What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to... If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation.
なるほど。こっちなんだ。
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. It's barred from the inside. Sounds like it's heavy, too.
I don't know, Lieutenant. It is not the first closed. I don't know. The further we get, the vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or
体力減る
around
か
this
な。
building.
まあいいか。
This door is part of it. It's not
無理でした。
unimportant.
You kick it, gung-ho style.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
This window is pristine.
こっちこっち。あ、もう気が付いた夜の8時じゃん。
I've got nothing to say to you.
It's you again. What is it? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No,
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the trauma.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch.
this is a diversion. Stay on track.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you.
His hands become fist.
And you went and pushed her. I am.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you...
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strange, friendly. It's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessed. Show it to him, T.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. Then come back and tell me these soldier.
Another apocalyptic actor in town.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You know, you don't care about evidence.
Fix, T. They don't care about...
I won't be on your bullet.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to...
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You are... We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you...
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started.
Things got nice and
ぶら下がりエクサ
quiet
サイズ
after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's...
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this?
Yeah, play it with your...
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's...
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
自分で壊しちゃったか
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep... Yeah? What about it? You do that.
なんかついたぞ。
The litany of
早っ
contact of
早
mind.
っついさっきのやつじゃん。しょぼいのかなじゃあ。
5,000 to 1 rank outsider.
肉体のファイルスケすべてアンロック済み。
The
はい。
mantle of a game
どういうこと
changer demands intangible qualities.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? I suggest
Even though you caught her off guard, push her some more.
you are not here to chat.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
I am a legal counsel. Don't,
A very minor victory.
like I already told you, I'm a legal.
さあもう8時か。手紙をそう反抗してもらって手紙を入れてっていうのをやらないとな。
The tear machine stands in the... Your bottles clunk into...
ちょっぴり。あそこのお依頼さんのところまでワープしたいな。めんどくさいんだよなあそこ。なんだこれ。おレベルアップができるね。低いやつ。これだな。
Hey, mister, I'm not gonna bother you.
Mr. Dubois, every worker?
なんだこれ。
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart. The golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the you're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your...
Hear that? You did it the honest way. I don't know. Your dirty forgery fingers aren't sure if playing this one straight was the right thing to do.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information, wait, an old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, Where?
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was...
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good.
銃を振り回してたばあさんはなんだ
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's...
There it is again. The pigs.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves.
It actually sounds extreme.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast, the one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead. Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revershop, the more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No, Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from...
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't... Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can get... It's already happening. There was no fine print, Harry. But I do hope all that construction noise and limited street access in...
Oops. Yes. The noise would do the trick.
And when they do, they will have a good place to go. I'm currently working on renovating the buildings near the roundabout in...
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate.
So the village is doomed.
You were there. You saw the place. A wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, officers. We are going to reset. Reset! I have big plans for Martinet. Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex. Employing hundreds. No, Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. I accept your salute, Harry. All of it is true. I've got the centre, I've got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years I'll get the church too.
There is true indignation in his voice when the pain is true. He sees, and then there will be a giant statue of him towering above it all.
Oh, I do, Harry. I really do. I'm gonna make the working man richer than Joyce Messier with that vote of yours. That's 2,372. Plus your...
2,307, and they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are gonna be flowing through? How am I gonna replace... We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the with renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men...
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical... All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities. So am I. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid...
Benefit is a children's cold medicine, usually apricot flavored.
And the kids on the street can get speed.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab... But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
He's basically admitted to it.
Oh, Harry, you've misunderstood. I have no drugs in my hands. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth. And everyone's gonna... Yes, if you start thinking about it like that, the socialist municipal body sort of is... We're way past specific union members now. This... You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on...
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive.
Great, Harry, great. I think we've truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, I'm always happy to educate. Very nice, Harry.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on it.
Oh my. Don't take this question past.
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate. But of course,
不動産
all
価値
joking aside,
もうだだ下がりだろ
I'm
あん
going
な
to
の
help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you. What? Oh, how could I forget your little side project? Well done, Harry. Well done.
So do I. That's one tasty brew. You should drink some right now, if you can.
あ、もう夜の9時になっちゃうな。10時以降で老婆がどうこうしてたな。よいしょ。これだ。ビックスと銃を取り戻せ。死体を下ろせ。手伝ってもらわないと。こっちじゃない。これ降りれない。これ操作マップをうまく歩くの難しいですよね。よいしょ。こっちかな。さあ手伝ってもらわないと。
The unpromising race pupil returns. So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my...
You're so noble, mate.
There's a but. But, while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in it. Yes. That is precisely what it means, Oculus.
組合のあれになってし
This
ま
is
うな。
not going to happen any other way.
いい加減下ろした方がいいよな。待機するか。
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Look at him. His craniometric birth. Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm cut.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Evrod.
Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across mud. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking
あ、
past
よか
him.
った、帰ってきただけか。やっと死体を下ろせ
The
た。
corpse has
4
been
日ぶり。
removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
さあどうなったかな。そしてこっちの人たちが敵だと思われてたかな。あ、そうか。
Right to work!
どこいなかった。したい。あ、どうした食うの？
The kid doesn't even look at you.
あ、もう食うのとはもう仲違いした。
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The big yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up!
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From autopsy to clinic, you are. Your station would not have assigned you on.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what it...
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit. You must have me confused with the copper. You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take note. That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack above those. An 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
検視だ、検視だ。
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your suffering. Just lies there.
KK57 dash.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. Fifth, that's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Next. We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. What's next? NA. Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive skin, from the Isola of Mundi, the pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs could have sex!
ああ、猫がバタバタと危ない。
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly.
We're still going with March 4th. What else? 9. Body identified by is non
KK57 0503 08.
None. At least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body.
How did you not know that? Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
Then again, the right lividity is easy to prove.
Your central nervous system recognizes this just somewhere in Jamrock North. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, and so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Sad.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from note. The boot has a hidden serial number on it. It's E50.
Oops. A bad feeling comes over you.
Which the assistant detective inexplicably reported to me as X5415 something. Why was that, assistant detective?
あれ間違ってたの
I fail to see any humor.
あれこっちが合ってんのマジか
This please is true now.
Tattoos.
Try not to bring the incident up anymore.
The upper torso is covered in a single. The assistant has a color for the deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his well-nourished, athletically built. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet. The stench is suffocating. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is...
Fucking low velocity. You think talking shit about Kuno?
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters. The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligate.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of...
As it ought to. This is where it's...
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but is...
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been...
In addition, I see smaller,
from wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades.
Last item. Hands.
His flesh is cold.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of what we should do this more often.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Maybe I'm just... Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
外部は終わり。次内部か。
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hit.
I think that may well be the moral of every story. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's human. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything. You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach.
There are ancient mysteries.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary, Na. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Neither am I. That's it. Same for toxicology and serology, Na. Unless you have untapped
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
No. Like a toxicology screening?
Brimming with
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury.
At maximum velocity, fucker!
このガキ。
Has confessed to causing it at maximum.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and...
Right. Next, a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. He is deep in thought, eyes fixed.
Why do you say that? Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal? Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. Stench. But you are right, Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But we also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink.
Please get yourself together. The lieutenant from Precinct 57.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg. For processing.
He's thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head. I'm sure we didn't get everything.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Oh yes, Gobo mi Lobo. In the... just a small gulp away. My beloved Gobo has come back later, Gobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my elemental motive.
なんとかしたいな。なんかありそうだな。
Possible.
視覚ね。
Also,
視覚。
see me in your dreams.
これで 再確定1しかないんだな。なんで再確定1しかないんだ。入れとこう。まだ上げれる。これ装備を一旦あれで近くあった。まあ近くマイナスが多いな。危ない。近く。よし、これでいいな。
The man is the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
72%。これいけんだろう。おりゃ。
Your arm reaches out and your eyes close as if by their own volition. It's his face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips, like a rubber spider, your gloved hand.
お、ちゃんとアニメートしてる。
The oral cavity is cold and moist. You're on the right track. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye, an abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
Kuno is silent. A black trickle of liquid runs into his... Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage.
The fuck is happening?
口に銃突っ込まれたのか。
Ah, shit, see?
Yes, that's what this... You've seen the drawings. You've studied them. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What this man will never sleep again. Never wake. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The lieutenant answers with this
Fucking cavity.
quivering with awe. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of all the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him. Your fingers reach toward his skull, his cerebral cortex, ice-cold serrated metal. The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush.
Can you get to it?
これはいけんだろう。よしよしよし。
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp.
My pig fucking got it?
He's watching his old man get...
What? What is it?
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth with a plop. Your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood, right?
Fucking beautiful!
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag.
A non-caliber rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. Of course, you deserve it. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion, high velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would.
We didn't fall for it. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious things here. That's for us to find out. But this, it's to hide something. The real killer, the real motivation, what really happened here. Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a... Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing.
The word lingers in the air of the yard. Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
All right. I will need a little help carrying him.
Toりあえずもう遅いからあれだな。あのばあさんと決闘するのは嫌だな。やらかしそうだもんな。
6 crumbling petals rest on somewhere in central Jamrock. Lieutenant... 6 somewhere in central Jamrock. Lieutenant Kitsuragi steps into...
ああ。一人じゃダメか。この辺は一緒にいた時にやった方がいいな。スズランと。よし、じゃあ、これだな。今夜寝てしまった方が良さそうだ。バーですね。バディものですね。相棒がいない時は下手なことしない方がいい。というか下手なことをする時だけ一人になった方がいいな。待てよ待てよ。これであのお姉さんに一人で行って話したらどうなんだろう。死体を下ろしたよ。死体はない。よし。いたいた。
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
懲りずに、えい。
Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. Wow. Elysium.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the...
There was the usual ruckus. Loud, I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo. Oh, yes. Various artists.
Oh, that? Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like, I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet. And then we started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. There was. I think you screamed that you... I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4. No problem, sir.
この辺はあれだな、ちゃんとした話はキムさんと一緒の方がいいな。
This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's clean. That soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to the bathtub. Slowly fills with water. The water doesn't feel particularly clean. A few beer cans are bobbing up. Hold it right there. Keep your head above water, or you'll lose all those pheromones Morel sprayed on you. The lukewarm water is comforting, like you feel nice and lonely. And so tired. The cans continue to bob, as do your they're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. None of them acute. You see the corpse. You can still then houses along a narrow street. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with what are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your clean-shaven face, adorned with the expression. You're still not accustomed to it.
なんだろうな。鏡を、あ、チェーンカッターで蛇口を直す。そういうことね。チェーンカッター、チェーンカッター。これか？
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it,
あ、でもまだ足りないのか。
adorned with
これも開けておこう。運動能力全部9になったな。素晴らしい。よし、寝ちゃおう。
The bed is still cold. The room behind your closed eyelid.
やっと死体を下ろせた。
Like a deftly cast fishing net.
変力計算だな。
Pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mat.
How have things been going?
This bastard isn't.
Because you know you are a murderer.
Hear that? He does much, much worse than that.
Don't tell him, sister.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from.
We're trying to help.
The last dream will be total annihilation.
Of hell. An ancient.
Everything is so okay. Your eyelids flutter open for a moment.
The last thought in your head before waking.
よし、5日目の朝ですね。そういえばサイコロはできたのかな。夜の10時とこれは大職人から、はい。だいぶあれだな。食うのこれはダメだな。食うのはもう相手にしてくれない。しかしあのガキはどうでもいい。 準備を整えろってなんだ。ああ、これね、共産主義者の集まりを同行するっていうのをすっかり忘れてた。記者のタトゥー。ああ、二人が行くか。ああ、タトゥーね。ああ、そうだ、聞かなきゃいけないね。よし、ちょっとまずは合流してからだな。いたいた、おはようおはよう。
Yes?
お前ら警官
Yes?
なんかないの？
What is it?
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. Weird. You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well... I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more?
結局この二人は何なんだろうな。
What is it?
Hey, was there something you needed?
部屋だ部屋だ。
Got
はい
the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, another thing. Great. I love those. Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
Yeah, neither do I. Thank you for telling me, I guess. Good thing she...
Sounds like she has money tucked away somewhere.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. Yes?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
You see a heavy steel. The man ponders his cooking utensils.
どうしようかな。上から行くか。持ち物だな。持ち物から。これ。
6 crumbling petals.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybelle's or Lucille's tears during the
This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit...
The revolutionaries, so the commoners and the anarchists. It's about girls and boys more than sight. Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry. Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball game on the plaza? The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attached. You push. Command set.
This isn't Revachol.
The harbor.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice one. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Indeed, but
There's more going on here than...
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gate. A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grat, who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer.
A symbol of Soldier of the Apocalypse style con.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
The bullet is safely sealed away beside his orderly handwriting. The bullet looks especially...
What? Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say if we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it. In conclusion, the more we know about it...
The squashed bullet. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullet. The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. You can just about make out a few striations. It's quite destroyed.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
Yes, it's as if you've seen bullets before, officer.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade bullet.
We were right. This came from a series highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech.
Even the RCM uses ordinary and jacketed conical bullets. This is strange.
Something tells you that won't be anytime soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
83はいけるだろ
う。A rifle.
よし。
Revolution.
今日は調子いいな。
Your bullet looks to be an old the 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Bell. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the... No, but Zeliga, a major firearm manufacturer. Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries.
What are you thinking? Bullet? Okay. And? An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating. Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the moral...
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple... But back to the investigation. Mysterious. Okay. Either way, we'll know when we find the...
よし。そうすると残りもう一人の傭兵は誰なんだろうな。この人じゃないとすると。
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good...
She doesn't care. If anything, she...
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his...
A memory surfaces in her tired...
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of... He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little cohoy. No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bit. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Cohoy massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little...
Did he tell you he had actually done?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward.
There is a small measure of pride in her. What kind of man was he?
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what...
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his...
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad.
Lelystad. That's a good. We have a few questions you can help us with.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs, and Oranje.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was Occidental, not Mundi.
Yes.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that.
Sex, alcohol. No love for Muta Oranje? Wasn't he a soldier?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did. He was by no means a stupid man.
A flash of rage comes over you.
Had he passed that test, we wouldn't have gotten along. I love Revachol, though. He was 42.
42? Are you sure?
He had many scars that made him appear older. We even celebrated his birthday like...
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points aren't good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't. Police work is cooperate.
There is no challenge without
That's too conceptual for me. I just like to get autopsies correct.
Blue. Like blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? Pardon the swearing.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe.
Ah, yes.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not like oily, isn't it? We have that in...
She understands what autopsies entail.
No. Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
Oh.
It's clear she liked it.
Sure. Service history. It was mostly for showing off to... How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish.
Is this Oranese lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Oranese lit. A moment's rest. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay." And so it goes. Star after star. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of...
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms. From a small town. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefak. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands too. All of the islands. After this he came to Revachol and got... It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now. Alright.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
どんどんレベルが上がる。意志力か。
Wait, stop. That man, bloated below the damage. The wicks. How old are you? That's what you could ask either one of them.
Huh. How old?
She's buying time to...
I don't know. 1 million years old? 21?
You're not.
Ah.
Sure he is. You know.
Yes, but for him that number is...
Wait. This requires scientific to the laboratorium.
Ý志力これか。2つも振ったぞ。これでさらにタイタスと話。はい。スズラン凶器を探せ。
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions
6まで振ってゴムゴム
pertaining
か。
to a murder investigation.
お願いします。
Soft,
Yes.
light brown eyes look back at you. I have bad news for you. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking to you two. Me? What did these guys are compromised? She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info. You can't trust them. I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part. You can't draw a sound conclusion. She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. See? It's oddly moderate, probably compromised. There's no way of knowing. All bullshit, man. I ain't, especially that guy. No fucking way, man. Really? Quick glory, truth, softness. I take it back. He's got it pretty. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. I think it's safe to assume, yes, she is a lady, most fit. In his defense, to reduce him to such that is correct. And a little. They're all still of limited use, but when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles. How it always does. There's nothing you can do about it. You are... No. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without no... Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. The silence broken. She exhales a little.
God, no.
こんだけだった。こんだけのために振ってしまった視力を。めっちゃ、あれだな。MP 増えたな。どんどん聞き込みだ。
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? What you want is of no significance.
It's you again. What is it? A bullet, you say? That's...
Indeed. Mighty. How did...
Well, there are so many bullets and...
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing.
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was...
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns.
No, he meant before he was hanged.
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous.
Never been worried in my...
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
Man. That fucking fucker. You're the worst cop.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Dark. Dark is when you start.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is...
Yes. In fact, I think she thought...
Funny. Right. I'll fucking write it.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of this.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. What kind of pro?
No, he's not saying that. Forget about it.
Nah, I know her.
I knew it. Titus, I knew she was perfect.
Yes, Glenn. I know.
Sorry.
Nah, I know her. Handled him? She got into some stupid...
Yes, we heard all about it.
Nah, I know her. Yeah.
You're well, it's as they say.
With an overdose, you can
Yeah, but I mean... She... Nah.
Yeah, he fucking told you he knows her. Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump hard...
That's alright, Glenn. I just thought I thought...
Yeah, that was...
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know...
I just got too worked up, big man. Yeah?
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired.
You know what? I am tired. Next time you see her, tell that lying scamming. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some...
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers?
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity...
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
97. よしよし。はい。
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will just remember it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility.
これ何これ終わっちゃうの
Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
It wasn't that. It wasn't...
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
誰だこれいたっけこんなやつ
He's onto you. He knows. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
手を蒸した
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty!
いいぞ
Say
デブ
one more thing to the cops and I'll...
デブが穴だ
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wait.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between... You're in. He's all yours. Questions. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of the...
Another nod.
Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural.
女ども
There's
複数
another
形
girl. Two of them.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hoped.
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench.
That's okay with the fat man.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window.
He means they'd been fucking.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hang. Me too.
ああ、なるほどね。
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Oh, you meant that kind of training, like a spy. Maybe. The kind of people who are after they're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly a...
And why would you help someone like that?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from
ああ、
outside.
どっか、じゃあ、
behind the window.
殺したのはもう一人の傭兵のスナイパーかな。
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good fella. You think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk. You do that. Hey, cop. Klausya, came to Martinez to hide.
Still, after all this headache.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just...
We'll take that into account.
なるほど。あ、じゃああの警官2人は彼女を追ってきてんのか。
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the... No, it's not good. Shush. I can't hear what she... Let the miss speak. She's torn.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
I am not.
You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension...
Briefly glancing over her a grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon. The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern.
What happens if they...
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal.
What exactly did you...
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't...
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired...
The job was Louisdouen County Savings Bank. They sound small. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Louscap.
Louscap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration.
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. We were there. Together. In bed, okay? He was in a kneeling position. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking...
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. No, I want to.
It's okay. Tell us as much as you're comfortable with.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would...
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When...
11:30 to 12:15. I don't...
It's okay.
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should...
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and he was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the... Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat...
Ruby?
Ruby. You know.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys.
Well,
nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things...
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted...
Would you say she is the 8th?
Why not? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know. Take care of things. I helped her get the body...
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in...
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lenny.
なるほどね。彼らは彼女かばったんだね。
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Ruby はどこ行ったんだ?
We will need to take this question.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble? What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she... It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia.
When he was shot? I may have. I don't...
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the...
What? Why would I put myself through this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that.
All kinds of crazy things happen when he could have been a design. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun line. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it? Coalition military. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told him sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened.
She simply shakes her head.
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. I thought Ravishal would be more enlightened about this.
The lieutenant gives you, it's not one of respect. You may want to add a clever retort to this one. She looks at you. The lieutenant shares her confusion. Respond with something professional. Now.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What? I just don't know.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other...
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. There's one thing, because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator, idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he...
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat...
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. Oh God, that was a lie too. She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother...
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner. She nods, silently. He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Engeki は増やせるな、装備で。すごいかっこいいな。
Hello, officer.
97。あれ
Who? What? Dear Lord, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover, and she probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this. Yes, start at the top. See?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extent.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
I did. What is this? I called your desk. There was an older woman on the other end.
That is the emergency. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling.
What time did you make the...
Thursday night.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call too. I know I have not been 100%.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real...
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commencer. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just...
Falsified document?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer.
Why would they do...
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first... It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest. It's Katarzyna Elysium.
It's a Grad name. Jims or Yugo Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music infused alcohol.
My parents were Zhimsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Elysium is my father's name. You can call me whatever you want. I am. They can never take...
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
But I haven't done anything. Anything...
Failure to aid. She purposefully missed fucking mind games. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please no.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the plot. Fragile, unshielded.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She's silent for a second, as if looking into her. Gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby.
なるほど。
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs.
What she's saying is...
女だよな。
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her.
そういう趣味の人なのね。
I told her I was on the run. She started when I started spending time with Lely. She told me to end it. Said there would be shit. if I didn't.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is wrong?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I...
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all.
That is a little strange. People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
She has this thing for me.
What she's saying is...
Sex. And more. When I started spending time with Lely...
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think
She said she's in love with me.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it... I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to... Somehow, she knew...
That is a little strange. People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
She came over one night, drunk. Said she'd turn my life into a living hell. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line.
Some of that fear is still with her. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
You've been trying to kick that door down, right? Maybe it leads downstairs. She could have come to the roof through that, then taken the shot right here, where I stand. It was dark outside.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar. Why? She told us some pretty interesting. Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
これだな。許してあげよう。まあ、ここの法律は関係ないしね。
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
Something tells you, you will. She nods, then nervous.
Okay.
She slowly lights another cigarette. And you are. This is not the end of this.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished. She slowly lights.
Yes? What do you want to know? What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite a brouhaha.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
If it helps you work better, okay. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
42論理装備してからかな。すごいかっこいいなった。これのどこが論理なのか。おりゃ。
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disc.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them. Not to mention unprofit. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did...
He's right. There are no airtight theories. Just...
よし。服はひどいので戻そう。 はいはいはい。ルビーの別荘。だいぶ話が進んだな。何がいいかな。もう中途半端にやったら入れとくか。ここね。そういえば開かないよな。これがあれかな、食堂のキッチンのドアにつながってるのかな。体力減るけど押すだけ押すか。肉体装置8。あ、今もう一個あったな。これも1か。一緒だな。シャツだよねきっと。ああ、一緒だ。17%。いや無理だよな。いや体力減るだけだ。蹴り方痛いだろそれ本当に。
Demolish the place.
I don't see how this is going to give new results. There must be another way. Through the kitchen door, perhaps. Let's explore rather than destroy.
This window is pristine on the inside. Unlike the one, golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it, like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th, and a shot as the man looks directly at from the roof outside. Location A prime. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions. There could have been. Then the rain and slush in 72%, with an antique weapon that fires military grade, and the lights were on in here. Outside, point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire none that you've found thus far. But that doesn't mean that's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge, B prime for Boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled 1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper, 1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the wind.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nest. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally...
なるほど。やれることが多い。
Yes? What is it?
Again? I can't believe this.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
You see a heavy steel door. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. The cobalt blue surface, old cobalt paint. It leads to a side building. Adjacent to the door does not budge.
どうすれば入れるんだろうな。
Yes?
The man ponders his cooking utensil. He looks up at you. Shrugging is an international sign.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get... Or some boring storage...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not good.
Fine, okay. A little. But my... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the... Yes?
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. No, Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral...
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't...
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly...
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush. Right behind the window. Behind Titus's back.
42。よし、これは装備であるな。論理だったよな。めっちゃ論理高いだろう。
It's you again. What is it?
いや、洋服大事だな。97。
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostile cafeteria.
Because she was here.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night? 11...
Yeah, with us. Drinking. Near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
Alright. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry.
That's probably for the best. Don't...
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically...
He's been through it. Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for, so you got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been 72%.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk.
Those numbers were an asshole.
Yeah, and they don't put her on the roof either. It's just mambo jumbo.
Nah, the only way up there is through Clausia's room. What do you mean? We've only been drinking here for what?
Been thinking of getting wildly...
There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the...
No, but that doesn't...
It's just 2 doors. We're not giving you Ruby for that.
What if those 2 doors are connected, Eugene? Is that your... If they are connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof.
Yes, she could have. This is one long garbage. It wasn't a...
It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's never...
Or ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry, we've got better than that.
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
All right. What winch? Where's on the side of the building?
I've seen the winch.
Fuck off, man.
Firmly. Try. Shit. And even then, our route doesn't put that.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
That looks antique. A Velma Gray. It's inoperable.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down.
Okay. I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
違うな。
Of course not. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
God damn. That's just about your face.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to...
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the Roy...
He must be referencing. He's angry because he knows you're right.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. This goes against your everyone has a...
You don't know. Screw honest. You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you showed me.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroom.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 20...
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't, Ulfi. We are just sharing info, candidly.
I don't know, Cop. Why don't you find your lost...
Easy now, Al.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it all.
Phase 3. Motive. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember.
Yeah. Like what? A thing? You...
Yeah, but... they're both
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
It's not bewildering. It's like, whatever, man. Guys.
You what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a who? It's a...
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party. She didn't fuck you. Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass. Figures. But that Ruby is. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy. But...
if that's the case, then it's not right.
There are Many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition. You know, women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team.
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
Betrayal is not painless. Even the doubt of it hurts.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was...
She had, like, a fully formed plan and Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up...
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why?
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped.
There's no fucking leadership challenge.
Man, now he's just throwing...
Okay. We ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need to do is rule Ruby out too. You had expressed, on occasion, your...
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor.
Silence. The old man in the corner. A very small nod.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. I don't know where she went. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in. I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But she said you have a funny taste in clothes. Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock. That you're fucking hell. Tried to open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about...
Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me.
Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more.
No. Her and Everard. They don't talk. They've never met. She's not far. We know that much.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows the...
Yeah, Al. And...
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for her?
More precisely, on the coast. Past the water.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell you.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Sure, there's some shithouses there. A cinderblock town. Fishing folk there refuse. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash.
Oh, we will start there. One more.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry. The what now? I know.
She said she's building a...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment.
This guy barely understands.
There you have it. Hail something. It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite.
だいぶ進んだぞ。 やることが増えた。その他細かい一般だよな。何にしろあれだな、漁村に行かないといけないな。
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? Notice how it came together without casting too much. Anything struck you a bit off about this mishmash? Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere. But your good point. It is rather true. Strange how you conducted the whole advance. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and that's right. Finish thought. Don't listen to this guy. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? They couldn't find anything on the full code you gave me. However, the first 8 characters were marked for a series of paintings by Tobias Pren. You know, very pretty pictures of assorted wildlife meant to inspire viewers and look good over camera. It's all I could learn, I'm afraid.
I don't know about you, but I really, really enjoyed it. Worked out really well in the end. I knew this would lead to something.
It would...
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Great. Have a medal. I have an autopsy.
Fucking, I'm not dead. It just hurts, okay?
Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. That's what the guy said. That somebody pumped you and then dumped you. Threw you up.
Don't take it personally.
You must have me confused for a...
You hear someone whine in the background.
Oh, it's you. I know a woman skilled at that sort of...
Anything else I can help you with?
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over. 10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down the...
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer.
Roger that, 10-10.
これで残ったタスクはだいぶまだちょっとあるな。漁村へ行こう。そう、あ、誰だこいつ。
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely hold? Actually, never mind. The brick is gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts it.
I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old...
Strange how old cunt sound almost...
Hell, most likely.
He
was an absolute Kent. His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers...
Wait, did he push him?
Yes, he was about to head home. Sometimes I saw he was wearing it just to...
That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you...
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. I repeat, an absolute... The only people who could stand to... and she never lost sight. We've hated each other our entire life. Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt and he died. Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. I'm sorry, officer. I just
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo.
これは言えないな。こっちだな。
Yes, we are both very sorry.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need. René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies. That's their old name. There were many reasons, but mostly, I guess in the end, Yes? What about René?
Yes.
It is what it is. I just don't know anymore.
あらあら。あのタスクはどうなんだ？話を聞きたかったのに。官僚の方にあるのか？中止になってしまった。ああ、こういうのもあるんだね。死んじゃったんだもんな。ようやく当初の目的の向こうの港へ行くことができるぞ。服買えるかな。
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
買っとくか。平成増えるもんね。
Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneak.
この刑事は常にバールを持ってるんだな。バールデカだな。は入れない。ここは何かあったかな。もうないかな、ここは。降りれない。この漁村は高さがわからんのかな。道がないから。あ、罠。
A familiar apparatus. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. The constant, distant. This trap is also full of panicked locusts.
道動物なんているわけないだろ。
Another empty trap. Of course. Noted.
The reeds bend. The constant, distant. Nothing has changed.
Yes?
The sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
これはあれか。キムがいない時に話すんだな。 誰だこいつ。
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel. Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the... Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to appear any day. Jetty?
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this...
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
How do I like it?
Water drips down Eve, the smell of...
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she would...
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez.
Fortunately for you, madame.
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Celindian. I'm guessing you don't know. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The liter... I knew you would sympathize. Most revish... Remind me to tell you one day. For now...
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit.
This story she will tell.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot. You're back. Good. What can I help you? The sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. I can wash it for you. But
Hell yeah. No, we must run around.
I could use a breather. It's been another
well, hand it over then. And I must say, I'm proud of this one.
Oh.
It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its lost. Nay, I haven't seen...
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
It's a sharp one.
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. There's not much to tell. People come and go.
I see, man. I hope you don't mind if we look around.
You should look around your shack.
汚れた服がパワーアップしたらしいぞ。どれだ？これか。お。いいっすね。ハルンセットが出来上がってきたぞ。これはなんだ？この子たちは何か知ってると思えないな。
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other...
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that...
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Tequila,
sunset.
あ、これ返さなきゃいけないのか。
My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Rosemary, what the fuck is...
Oi, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago. From the kid.
That's disgusting. I've never done anything like that in my life.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to... I'm calling it. It's neurological.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks...
It's an okay jacket, if you're into that look.
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my...
It's a touchy topic. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Okay, let's step aside for a second. I've been meaning to have a little chat with you. It's, well, a little eclectic, don't you think?
Eclectic is for pop music with indigenous percussion. You're a sartorial maverick.
Superstar casual.
Well, I can't still. You might try branching out a little. You know the expression, the clothes make the man. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
A warm.
Anyway, we should...
Don't call. Don't call her.
There's no waking.
The legend returns. You know the deal, legend man. Smoke's a smoke.
ダメだ。この予想はろくな奴らがいない。
Hello, mister. No, Ruby. Right. My mum tells me I'm a big girl. But she does...
Kids.
Bye!
どこにルビーが隠れてるんだ。まだもんな、俺の家だよな。貸してくれたところ。なんだ。
As you look at the floorboards, in this corner, the edge of a floorboard next to it looks straight. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out. Nothing particular catches your eye. Something bad. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe. On the table, you see a boat.
まさかこんなとこで。おいババ、教えろ。この弾なんだ。
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope they will damn that girl.
And without anger, a long and harsh life.
Bullet? You didn't put it there.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant. And notice, yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each...
Yes, early with...
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the...
I cleaned it. No.
The truth, sire.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
Did she talk to you much?
No, she tried not to let it show. How would I know? She's a gruff.
You could ask her about your hunch.
Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a...
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she isn't what you call a drunk. Even offered me, not that I know of, though she was into nice music. Although I guess she was pretty handy.
She may simply have kept the equipment.
I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly.
It's a peninsula.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy...
The felled electric mural.
What more do you want to know about that? Yes, let's hear first. What? She's a good...
教会のところか。この騒ぎは後にしよう。そんだけ何か入れるわけじゃない。よくわからんな、教会の方。相変わらずか。
Hello again.
ああ。
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with...
So you haven't...
No, I'm sorry. As I...
He's telling the truth. You see, a slogan used to intertwine above the mural. A collapsed roof. Felled electrical. Felled electrical. You only know there's something in the wind.
In there? Good. Or she could be in the identical room.
Why single out this one building?
これはさあ、こんだけプラスして 3% 無理だろう。
Suddenly,
ですよね。
all is quiet. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
How do we? She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. And then there's the church. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula. Ask the local.
Trying to talk to the...
Then, if we're desperate, we can...
Walk the coast. An adventure awaits. An adventure... There's some tear. An empty cigarette packet. 2 empty... No.
A tragedy.
Yes.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown.
From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
これは無理だよな。
Nothing has changed.
これは見たわな。
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper?
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer. It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were...
It does look extremely...
Those? A smoking assailant who favors...
Still, you felt it was important. There. 1 point, a glowing light on the 3rd floor of the whirling, smoking, drinking.
他に狙撃地点の確認はあったっけな。あ、行き止まりかこれ。よいしょ。教会は後にするか。
This is the trap. The reeds by the abandoned... It's good the cryptozoologists left. The later it gets, nothing but locusts in this...
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. I'm just glad we haven't found some.
Oh. A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst...
That over there must be the boy Klaas you told us about. The one she hid her bat.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in...
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
There's something in there. It smells like you would expect it. A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae. And...
Well, damn. We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore. I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. Could be. We should keep an eye out.
You could ask the miss what she thinks.
なるほど。
It takes you a moment. Behind you, the ruins of a resident. The trap feels light and silent as you pick no locust.
No
phasmid either, but still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean...
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Okay. But after that, we...
A cold gust of air dried. A row of ghostly shades facing the crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing. A cold... There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry
the suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in.
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable and dangerous. Dangerous too.
なるほど。これは完全に違うんだ。あとは教会か。ガキどもはめんどくさいことにならないといいな。
The shaggy-haired girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you gonna help? Great. Let us know if there's any progress. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night. And see, exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
共感を増やそう。よし。これでどうだ。
Hello again.
58。これを装備で何とかしよう。これどうだ。
Hello again.
いける。
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl she looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. It's real. Tell her.
What is? I can't believe this turned into another mic thing. Fine. Okay, so, thanks, I guess.
She means your little talk before, after your break.
こんだけか。このダメな男ども、女の子一人外出して。
They're close. True, hard, full car. Hardcore, yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the A. Or maybe it's not got volume. Maybe it's...
You know about him? You know Van Eyck? Good. The advert? Hi again. So, how are things going?
論理が6で。
And? What happened? Oh man! Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church? No matter. Is it? Yeah. Noid is...
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the... I guess it's not a mess. Everyone is welcome. Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, a programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? Come on, man. Who will you trust? Feels of love. Get down and...
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth...
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got... Anyway, now that it's settled, how did... What a hitting. That's a shame. What can we do now? Unity! Down! And you can't just evict her? Look at you. No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've... If that's okay with her, we only want to get in... The line's in the dark! At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music? Wonderful! If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent. Good luck, my friend. He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music. And, you know, a host.
Interesting, sire.
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
コミュニケーション取ってないで。
Yeah, sometimes. When I, like, stumble and find my way into his center, you
ハー
have
ド
to
コ
hear
ア
a
ト
lot
ゥー
of...
ザメガ。
The man smiles. I get it. He's a puzzle.
論理で五分五分。はい。
Goodbye.
これで勝てるだろう。
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Okay.
うわ、92で負けた。
Want to
マジ
start
か。
a club for dance music. That indeed. So one of
そういう日もある。
them came upon the abat. Plus, and it all in all, you really can't tell what that mean programmer grandma was.
Goodbye. Huh? I see you're here again. Off.
We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Here comes the night.
あれこんだけ。90%超えで負けたか。
Hello again.
Yes, what is it? What? No.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
これはいけんだろ。
Easy. When her research is done,
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
she thinks about it.
All right. Bring me the game's offside copy from my No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed.
In his defense, it was simply lying.
Okay, but still. It's a backup of my former employer's project.
She's making it.
The backup itself is destroyed now. But
Hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then what?
oh god, not this again.
Basement? Sounds.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data. We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must.
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building cellar. The filament is inside in the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify when? Jariza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jariza. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was on the heads.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or...
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet.
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil, yes, but she literally started praying for the higher.
The lieutenant coughs like he's a.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my turp. Thanks. And here's my Falsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Falsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Cavalsund.
Yes? Thanks.
万能バール。お、すごいバールを手に入れたじゃん。あ、これもしあれも開くんじゃね？うわ、でかっ。これで漁村は回ったかな。手伝え、はい。ルビー。海岸を探し続ける。壁画の前に戻って風に尋ねるってどうしようもなかった。そういう来て遊歩道と島。狂気が見つかってないんだな。遊歩道と島ってどういうことだ？あれか？望遠鏡で覗くところか？よいしょ。
This coin-operated view. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such pop?
There was a revitalization project. They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection. We should have done something about the Union 10 years.
Your money disappeared. The curtains on the disc. The lenses shift. It looks. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Can you tell?
It's not. The details are. This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. A thick lake, that's Kuno. Under the graffito, as you know this, the church looks around the large wooden building you see.
島遊歩道。うん。これに調べないといけないな。遊歩道ってどこのことだろう。今俺なんか振っちゃった？あ、振ってないね。遊歩道ってこのことじゃないのかな。あれか。アイスクリームの機械。これかな？
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top. Turning the crank is all gone now. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar?
極めて難しい。手袋をはめてるのはいいことだけど、あれ俺装備してるよね。 でね。これじゃないんだっけ？アイスクリームとかじゃないんだっけ？これだ。
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine.
全然足んないかな。
Turning the crank feels oddly set. It's all what turning the is all what better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than
肉体装置。これか、これ上げたとして、で装備で変えれるか？
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It ice squeaks beneath your Cavalzum multi-tool, but your unplugging the ice cream maker will allow it. The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over.
だけど全然あれだな、狙撃地点とか終えてないな。遊歩道ってどこのことなんだろうな。これ道路だもんね。これで上がらないかな。
You see a heavy steel door. The door doesn't.
あれ誰か知らない人がいる。あ、帰ってきたのかお前ら。
Boy, am I ever so grateful to you, officer.
It's great to see you again, officer.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin.
The little silvery knob holding the tie. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but...
Nothing like the
He tries to play it cool. Remain professional.
I'm afraid not, officer.
The lieutenant takes a shortened...
Good. Okay. Completely empty?
No locusts?
That's not...
It just means the Insulindian fast...
Of course, no.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts.
Yes. The phantasma.
Another trip to the reeds.
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel. He may have...
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like some kind of foul play?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed. You should ask the red-headed boy.
A little hooligan.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been a...
Delinquents. My favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please...
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place.
He hasn't been particularly forthcoming before. He...
Really, Gary?
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kid... Morel, it's been fun.
No need to...
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there.
No. Not well. He's been a little unenthused.
He doesn't want to say it, but this is
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
平成、もうちょっと増やしたいな。90で負けたからな、さっき。
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't...
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. This shame.
Gary.
I took the hangman's cure.
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the... Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation officers.
He's a loyal friend.
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up, only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning.
We're detecting sincere contrition.
It's okay. It was a loose end.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. CLI officers commanded the school.
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly.
Because I was weak.
He's a scaredy cat.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
I always thought it was the Union.
This is all he knows.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Hello, officer. I think I... Hell no. I had no idea.
I don't know what got into him, officer.
狙撃地点ね。もう一回。窓ガラスを確認してみましょう。おっとっとっと。これ。
Two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman having sex. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. A prime. To them, widen. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the 1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of indeed. There was no evidence of a sniper's nest in that location. The distance is too great. 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction.
そうだ。大丈夫かな。彼女は生きてるかな。ああ、よかった。いた。V の話。
Officer, it's a fine day for questions. Oh.
Did you take the documents?
No, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
Yes, I am. It was probably just an accident. I was worried at being too careless with the latch. I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't.
She smiles. A bitter little smile.
Clearly, I haven't.
The wet wind, heavy with brine and industrial pollution.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for... I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility. The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know. I mean, there's no reason for me to think there's somehow... I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for me. Did I? Why?
The lieutenant, look, he feels uncomfortable with this conversation.
For my sins, of course. For destroying my first love. For working for bad.
She nods, slowly. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eye. Two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman having sex. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth. 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to...
はきっと喋ってくんないだろうな。
The kid doesn't even...
誰だ。この辺にあれがあるのか。この観覧車どうやって行くんだろう、そもそも。行けるところがあるのかな。建物のさっきの地図だとこの左上の方だよね。観覧車なんてないじゃないか。このマップの観覧車はどこだ。あの遊歩道、そうだね、人が死んじゃったところ観覧車なんかないじゃん。
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
No idea. Could be. We might find her down somewhere. In conclusion, she could. I hope not.
Maybe it's just a storm drain. There's no echo and no answer.
なんか見つけたか。
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room.
失敗すると気力が体力が
You held a
あまり意
young
味ない
woman
な。
by the
変なスキル通せたな。なるほど。ああ、これ繋がってるだけだもんな。銃で狙撃したかどうかの確認をしたいだけなんだが。
There's some tear. Whoever tossed it, Red Astra is the black. You see, it's no older. It's hard to concentrate.
Yes.
出てこないな。
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone.
Writing. I hate writing.
The man you do not hear seems like it did not have. Lucky you.
Oh.
The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You close your eyes and strange. This is not how you started before. 414111. Yes. 45451. You have an ultra long distance call. Your air calling. It is saddest calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. The lieutenant is too far away to hear your yelp. The sea wind blows.
わあ、電話を切れない。
That's right.
お、成功した。すごい。
Can. Whatever you're doing here, you can just stop it. The headset lands in the
危なかっ
cradle
た。
with
きっと何かやばいことが起きたんだ。
There, who cares? Run.
これはやばそうだったな。きっと今のは回避したっぽいぞ。この遊歩道ってこことあれだよね。あと小島ってこの先のとこだよね。ついに教会で聞いてこよう。開かなかったよと。
Yes, what is it? Yes? This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it?
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
なんだろうな。
Thanks.
コンセントでも引っこ抜けば開くようになるのかな。
An old door worn by elements guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand. You rattle the handle of it, then push on the...
We don't get in there. Frankly, you're just going to have to...
We've gotten into every door thus far.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can...
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
違った。さっきみたいな。向こうの島にも行けないよな。遊歩道の狙撃チェックができないな。そうそう、これは遊歩道じゃないのかな。
Hello again.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, "Fell electrical R&D." Tomorrow is just a whisper.
おかんをあげるものなんてあったっけな。あったあったあった。いろいろ上がるの結構上がるな。
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, "Suddenly, there's a sign carried on the molecules around in through the collapsed roof. Float."
She's down there.
Oh.
Okay. Why? So, how do we get in there? The doors were on...
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything.
There has to be a way to use brute force. A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, not to mention, that the roof is... What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? Astral projection. Be open-minded.
Teleportation is not a thing. This really has nothing to do... Oh yes, it could hurt a lot.
屋上にテレポート、再確。再確か。再確ってスキルなんだっけ。ああ、3あるね。下がっちゃダメだ。これも下がっちゃダメだ。これでこうなんだな。
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight. I know you do. You're a little more moralist. Makes sense. The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. On second thought, maybe teleportation isn't because you're just standing there squeezing your buttocks and nothing is happening.
You're not. Please, don't try to climb the building.
いけそうな気がするが、この装備なら。これかな。これか。これが高いと再構築しやすいのかな。この装備にしてうろうろしてみるか。これで遊歩道歩いたらなんか出ないかな。ここは遊歩道でいいのかもわからんが。出ない。いや、なんか出た。なんだって。
Hi again, Gendarme.
お、平成。
Bye bye, Gendarme.
これがいけるようになったな。
Hi again, Gendarme.
Could he be a member of the homosexual? Yes, this man is definitely just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here.
The homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to us. Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. We are going to change the family unit. You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on. Absolutely wonderful.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
S の演技がこんなに低かったか。装備品でごまかしたな。 どうしようかな。どうとか。よし。じゃあだいぶ遊んじゃったの。3、4時間やってるような気がするぞ。今日のところは、このぐらいにしておきたいと思います。では、終了さないとね。メインメニュー。はい。よし。じゃあまた続きやっていきたいと思います。チャンネル登録、高評価は特にいらないので、また遊びに来て